Jassmine, and I'm from Team 104. When we first started our cohort, we had one question. Would it be possible for a city like Los Angeles to use its existing infrastructure to bring broadband access to all of its citizens? We wanted to answer this because according to the FCC, more than 30 million people in the US do not have access to high-speed fixed internet service. With 56% of adults now working from home, and over 93% of students participating in online learning, it's more important than ever that people have access to online resources. Unfortunately, COVID has closed down many of the cafes, libraries, and other places that people would normally go to get broadband access. One solution may be to have local governments utilize existing community infrastructure to provide internet access points in the areas where people need it most. In the next few minutes, my team members will show you how we evaluated and explored data from Los Angeles County to see whether this idea could be feasible and what kind of impact it could have.
Hi, I'm Gerardo Mora from Team 104. I bet you're thinking right now, sure, helping everyone get on the internet is a great idea, but bus stops, really? You're not alone. In fact, bus stops weren't our first choice either. We simply knew that the ideal spot had to be accessible, even during the pandemic, which meant that public libraries, schools, and even DMVs were out of the question. It also had to be ubiquitous throughout the city, consistently in one place. And if possible, already digitally enabled so that adding a new internet node wouldn't be too costly for the city. Bus stops were one thing that met all these criteria. Once we had that established, it was just a matter of figuring out which one of these regions of Los Angeles we should focus most for our experiment. Using geographic data from Los Angeles County ArcGIS database, we were able to determine that the majority of bus stops in Los Angeles were contained within Los Angeles County and Los Angeles County Central. Now, my teammates Francisco and Marlene will explain how we analyzed demographic data from the US Census to determine precisely which county in this region was most in need of internet access.
My name is Francisco Razo Gomez. After we cleaned and analyzed the U.S. Census data for Los Angeles, we noticed a trend appearing across all counties. People making an annual income between $0 and $19,999 were the least likely to have access to the internet. In fact, with the exception of a small spike in the $10,000 to $19,000 income bracket in some counties, there seemed to be a strong positive correlation between how much income people made and how likely they were to have reliable access to the internet. Therefore, the county with the highest level of income earners will be the most ideal recipient of an internet expansion program like the one we were proposing. In this case, the county turned out to be Los Angeles County Central.
Hey, I'm Marlene Plasencia. In addition to evaluating the income data, we also ran analyses on the education attainment data provided by the U.S. Census. What we found was another positive correlation, this time between the level of education attained and the likelihood of having reliable access to the internet. In fact, the data showed that 50,000 residents in LA County Central and LA County itself lacked both a high school education and internet access. When we considered the results of all of our analyses together, it became clear that the East Central, Silver Lake, Echo Park, and Westlake regions in Los Angeles County were the ones most in need of internet access.
With our areas of focus fully defined, all we needed to do was figure out which bus stops should be enabled with internet hotspots. There were already 4 Wi-Fi hotspots currently in the region. Since the average person is willing to walk 0.33 miles to the nearest transit station, we made the assumption that they will be willing to do the same for free Wi-Fi coverage. This means that the 4 Wi-Fi hotspots were currently accessible to residents who lived within 2.4% of the region. The region also included 183 bus stops. By enabling only 10 of them with Wi-Fi, we will be able to increase the internet accessibility to residents who resided in a combined total of 25.93% of the region. This would be an increase of 1,080%. Of course, there's much more to learn. In the future, we hope to work with local governments so we can validate our assumptions and build better models. We hope that you have enjoyed our presentation and even learned some things that you can take back to your own communities to help bridge the gaps before it becomes too late. If you have any questions or like to see our data, please go to our website where you can download our entire data folio as well as our analytical report. Thanks for being here and have a great day.